Hi everyone, it's Shadow Witch and welcome to my circle. And today we are going to be talking about healing, remote healing, medicine, all that kind of stuff. And my personal viewpoints and opinions on this. And this could be a very dicey subject for you guys. So, I'm going to be really honest about it. Again, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. This is my personal opinion. If you agree, great. If you don't, I respect that. I have run my personal school and my store for over 20 years, almost 20 years now. I've been teaching for over 23 years. I started at a local state-run community college, teaching the history of the witch, history of Halloween, history of the woman and witchcraft throughout, from Paleolithic times to the Bronze Age to medieval ages until the modern times. And I did that for over 20 years. Until COVID came and they dismantled that whole part of the college. So it was a good run and I was appreciative of it, and kind of kicked off my school around the same time I started there. But one thing I have learned, and it's part of my training, is to study a lot. To learn what I know and what I don't know. I am not now, nor have I ever been a medical physician or any other kind of physician. I do not have any pharmacological training, no nursing of any kind. I do have first aid CPR training, which I think everyone should take a class in, and I get recertified every so many years as required by me. I think every 2 years they want you to get your card renewed, which I do with a friend. But that's for me personally. When it comes to using magic, I warn my students very seriously against healing, especially those that are not in their own family. Now, if you are a practicing witch and you want to do some healing in your family, and you want to heal those in your family, that's between you and your family and maybe your medical doctor, and that's on you. But for those that take some classes and go out into the community and start charging money to heal others, I don't care if it's Reiki, I don't care if it's herbal, I don't care. I don't care what it is. In the state I live in, there is something called an energy worker's license that, should you do Reiki or another type of healing, you can get certified. They have a criteria that you have to meet and a process you have to go through. If you don't do that, by law, you should not be giving advice and telling people, let alone charging. And there's a reason for this. There are schools out there, somewhere in the United States, where you can actually get certificates. You can pay a lot of money and they'll give you a piece of paper. They will teach you how to do something called remote healing. I've heard of that not too long ago. And this is what it contains. You basically close your eyes and, I'm getting a sense of somebody that might be, I don't know, somewhere in the world. I'm doing a scan of their body, and I'm going to diagnose them from wherever I am, probably nowadays on Zoom or something, and I'm going to stop right here because it's outrageous. It's against the law. And it's like, what? Like, we don't have enough problems with credibility to begin with? There are enough individuals out there that actually had doctor or physician degrees that have lost them, that have been on the national stage, that had been selling snake oil scams and whatnot, that have lost their medical degrees because of that. A lot of it came to light during COVID. Let me tell you from a personal perspective why I am so anti people using magic or herbology or any of this without a license to heal people. Because you harm people. The only creed, the only motto, the only rule that we have to follow is, and it harm none, do what you will. And when you get somebody convinced that because you have a magical purpose, that because your words, your power, your magical ability, they're not looking at that little packet of herbs that they gave you for you to put in a cup of tea, or that incense that you put together, or whatever you conjured. They're looking at you as a magical person, and I think you've blessed it somehow, or that you've imbued it with some type of magical something, some cure that's going to cure their disease, cure their illness, lengthen their life expectancy. What you do is you harm them. I knew a woman that was terminal. I believe it was cancer, and she thought that she could go and get something like I think it was shark fin or shark cartilage or something like that, and it would cure her cancer. What it did is it took her away from her family and her grandchildren, and she lost time with them, and that was sad. That was really sad, and she did pass away. And the time that she lost by moving to another country, not being with her family, because she had that hope. And when we're terminal, we have, sometimes that's all we have is hope, that something is going to help us. Modern medicine won't, so something else will. And the people that do that really should be jailed. I know so many people come into my place, and the first thing out of their mouth is, well, I'm kind of new on the path. I feel like I'm a magical person, and I want to heal people. And I tell them to stop. Stop. You don't even know what you're doing yet, and you want to heal people. Heal yourself first. Realize as you are practicing this, we heal no one. Our magic is for us. There are doctors. There are a lot of doctors. And a lot of good doctors. And for those, and I've seen a lot of people with the comments, well, Western medicine doctors that don't believe in all the, the holistic stuff, then you have not been out in the real world. Many, many, many doctors today working out of hospitals, Western allopathically trained Western medical doctors embrace holistic practices today. From acupuncture to chiropractic to herbal they embrace a lot of it. Many medical doctors are embracing medical marijuana. To say, oh no, Western medicine is in this little tiny box, you either have an agenda or you're just not open to the fact that no, that's no longer the case. Modern doctors are trying to help people in many, many, many ways. And if you go to them and say, I would like to explore all these other areas, a good doctor will walk that path with you. But to go to somebody who is magical, that's going to cure you, especially with remote healing, that is terrifying. Because one, they don't have to meet you. They're somewhere in the world on the internet. They're not going to do it for free, I assure you. And if they do, they're on a power trip, because that's all they've got in life. I'm remotely healing people. I'm so amazing. It's never done quietly. And the ones that are charging, when it doesn't work, you think you're going to be able to find them? Bring them up on a malpractice suit? Have them arrested for practicing medicine without a license? Nah, I bet you not. That's why they're on the internet. Or else they'd have an actual business that you could walk into. And you know you can't, at least in the state I'm in, because they shut them down every day. There are laws for a reason. Laws are passed to protect us. And when the laws are no longer protecting us, we change the laws. Sometimes a little late, but the laws that protect us against medical quackery and medical malpractice are solid and sound. If you want to practice medicine without a license, such as Reiki, herbal medicine, anything like that, check with your local state and find out what type of criteria you have to meet to get an energy license, energy practitioner's license, if they have such a thing in your state. And if not, stick with your family and don't be doing this out there, especially not under the guise of, I'm a witch and I can heal people. That's not what the modern witch does anymore. And if you do desperately want to heal people, I will tell you how to do it. Go to medical school. We need medical doctors. We need nurses. We need nurse practitioners. We need pharmacists. We need medical technicians. Our country is in desperate need of people in the medical industry. And they're not going to turn you away. So sign up for classes. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can benefit in a lot of ways. So if that's how you want to help and you think you are a healer, get a license. This has been Shadow Witch. Thank you for visiting my circle. Have a good one.